Charlie Ma, Chairman and members of the STB board, my friends and colleagues from the industry as well as from STB. Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to all of you. First, I'm delighted to join you as always at the annual Tourism Industry Conference, which is a yearly platform for us to take stock of progress and also to consider ways to chart our way forward amidst some of the challenges and opportunities that we see. In 2016, our tourism sector performed well and emerged as one of the bright spots in our economy. Singapore welcomed a record 16.4 million international visitor arrivals, a 7.7% increase from the previous year. And tourism spending also grew by 13.9% to reach $24.8 billion. This positive outcome was achieved despite weaknesses in some of our source markets, as well as the Zika outbreak, which affected travel sentiments in several markets. And I want to emphasize that it would not have been possible if not for the STB team's intensified marketing initiatives, as well as the strong support of our in-market and local travel trade stakeholders. So I want to acknowledge the effort that was put in by STB and the entire tourism community in order to make 2016 a good year for all of us. Well done. But looking ahead, we do face a more volatile global environment and growing regional competition. I think we are all well aware that political, economic, and social developments across the world can also affect our tourism sector. In other words, continued success and growth is not a given. Against this backdrop, STB expects international visitor arrivals growth of between 0 to 2% this year, and tourism receipts to grow between 1 to 4%. We are off to a promising start with international visitor arrivals reaching 2.8 million as of February this year. And that is a 3.4% increase from the same period last year. So it's a good start, and let's hope we can sustain that momentum. To sustain our competitiveness and growth, we must improve our tourism products and continue to attract increasingly discerning international travelers. And to achieve this, the industry and government must work closely together and coordinate our efforts, focusing on two particular areas. The first is to develop new products and visitor experiences that are unique and differentiated. And the second is to enhance our industry competitiveness by raising productivity, investing in our people, and embracing innovation. And I'll elaborate on each in turn. Let me start with tourism products and visitor experiences. Over the last 10 years, Singapore has grown as a vibrant global city with a thriving tourism landscape, thanks to the efforts undertaken by many of the stakeholders in the industry. But this evolution must continue, and we can do this by rejuvenating our tourism hardware and enhancing our software. One example of the tourism hardware in Singapore is Orchard Road, our premier shopping precinct that is well known to both locals and tourists. However, as consumer preferences change and retail trends evolve, so too must Orchard Road. So together with URA, LTA, and private sector partners, STB is looking at ways to remake Orchard Road. The vision is to transform the precinct into a distinctive and vibrant shopping and lifestyle destination that offers a signature street experience within a city garden. In the near term, we will explore ways to refresh the Orchard Road streetscape to make it more pedestrian-friendly and conducive for street-level activities. For instance, we will activate existing parcels of state land and consider introducing a progressive road reduction program to expand the pedestrian mall. For the longer term, we can explore the possibility of a fully pedestrianized Orchard Road to serve as a multi-purpose space where diverse and larger-scale experiential concepts can be introduced. Our government agencies will work closely with all stakeholders to further develop the ideas and assess the costs and benefits. We also want new and unique offerings along Orchard Road, like the Keepers Singapore Design Collective pop-up at Orchard Road, which was well received. To build on its success, STB, Spring, and JTC will launch a design incubator at Orchard Green by the end of 2018. Located at the heart of the precinct, the design incubator will house a retail showcase and incubation space for local design talent. WOHA, a local architectural firm and recipient of the President's Design Award, will design the building. And NICE Private Limited, one of our homegrown retailers and a strong advocate of local design, will manage the retail showcase. This will be an exciting addition to the Orchard Road precinct in a prominent location that will allow visitors to discover and purchase locally designed products that we are proud of. And the private sector has a key role in this effort to make Orchard Road or remake Orchard Road by refreshing the experiences within malls and also significantly identifying opportunities for transformative redevelopment. The government will continue to work with the private sector stakeholders to make Orchard Road a distinctive retail and lifestyle destination for locals and tourists alike. STB will also continue to enhance our tourism software by refreshing and diversifying our events calendar to ensure there is something to pique the interest of locals and visitors throughout the year. This year, Singapore will be the exclusive Southeast Asian destination for two sporting events. The Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC Fight Night, will be held in Singapore in June. In July, top European football clubs, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, and Inter Milan, will face off at the National Stadium in the inaugural edition of the International Champions Cup, Singapore. Both mixed martial arts and football should attract a large audience from their strong fan base in Singapore and in the region. STB and the Walt Disney Company, Southeast Asia, have also signed a 3-year collaboration to co-conceptualize marquee events that build on Disney's distinctive brands and memorable characters. The theme for this year is Star Wars, which should cause a stirring in the force in Singapore at least, and followed by Marvel in 2018 and Disney Animation, Disney Pixar in 2019. And Lionel will be sharing more details later. And this partnership with Disney is another exciting step in our efforts to anchor world-class entertainment events that will make Singapore the key leisure destination for visitors from Southeast Asia and beyond. We continue to be an attractive destination for business events as well. From Rotorcraft Asia, the region's first dedicated civil helicopter show for the industry's top manufacturers, suppliers, and innovators, to the Specialty and Fine Food Fair Asia, a world-famous gourmet trade show from London. The presence of world-class trade events bears testimony to our appeal as a platform for global industry players to convene, network, exchange ideas, and source new business opportunities. We want to also encourage more ground-up efforts from the industry to testbed innovative event concepts. And that is why we initiated the Kickstart Fund in 2013. To date, the Kickstart Fund has supported the launch of interesting new events such as Neon Lights Festival, Spartan Race, and the Singapore Cocktail Festival. I'm pleased to share with you that a further $10 million has been allocated for the next tranche of the Kickstart Fund, with a higher level of funding support of up to 70% and a higher grant ceiling of $200,000 per project. I want to encourage all our industry partners to make the most of the Kickstart Fund, to try out new ideas and event concepts which can augment our colorful events calendar. Let me now focus on enhancing our industry competitiveness. You'll be aware of this, and this has been a matter of emphasis in various government initiatives. And this is also why we have been developing the industry transformation maps to integrate and implement strategies for productivity, people development, and innovation. STB has been working with the industry to raise productivity by adopting technology and changing business processes. And we have already seen some good progress. For example, the nominal value add per worker in the hotel industry increased at a compounded annual growth rate of 4.14% between 2011 and 2015, which exceeded the national average of about 1%. This was achieved through public-private partnerships as well as industry-led initiatives to share best practices. Companies in the tourism sector can also tap on STB's Business Improvement Fund for measures to further improve productivity, including the adoption of technology. The fund has supported 93 projects over the past 2 years, and we must build on this momentum and continue to push for productivity growth across the tourism sector. Another important strategy to reinforce our capacity and competitiveness is to invest in the training and development of our people. So STB will continue to support the growth of a quality tourism workforce by upskilling Singaporeans across different industries through Skills Future and other manpower initiatives. Last year, the skills framework for the hotel industry was jointly launched by STB, Skills Future Singapore, and Workforce Singapore. And this year, we will develop the skills framework for the travel agent, MICE, and attractions industries. These frameworks will serve as a point of reference for the purpose of education and training, career planning, lifelong learning, and people development. STB will also support tourism associations who are well placed to identify the learning needs within the industry and develop customized plans to address them. This is an important part of the overall national effort. We want to work with industry associations and private sector partners in order to conceptualize and execute many of these projects. So, one example is STB supporting the Singapore Association of Convention and Exhibition Organizers and Suppliers to develop internationally accredited courses that meet the training needs of the MICE industry, as well as to launch a MICE sustainability certification program to help organizations with limited resources. We also need to build a strong pipeline of talent to ensure the long-term viability of our industry. Hotel industry is a good example, with more stakeholders participating in the Skills Future Earn and Learn program, where students can gain work experience and get a head start in their careers. A 3-year hotel career campaign will also be launched in June this year to raise awareness of the full range of opportunities available, and job seekers can look forward to a wide range of good jobs available, from guest relations and F&B to revenue management and data science. Looking at PMET jobs alone, the Hotel Industry Transformation Map initiative should be able to create 800 new jobs by the end of this decade. Collectively, such efforts will help build a quality workforce and create good opportunities for Singaporeans. Finally, I want to emphasize the point on innovation and how we need to embrace innovation and unlock the immense potential of technology. We've already seen some examples of it today in the exhibits that STB has arranged. The travel agent arm of the Society of Tourist Guides Singapore has done so already by tapping on STB's Experience Step Up Fund to develop Page a Guide, a portal and mobile app to connect visitors and tourist guides. This empowers tourist guides by providing a platform to profile themselves according to their areas of expertise, and visitors can then connect with the guides directly according to who meets their interests and needs, and then enjoy a customized and immersive travel experience. As we have emphasized in the recent Committee on the Future Economy report, we must embrace innovation and build up our digital capabilities because technology continues to disrupt the operating environment in every industry. At last year's Tourism Industry Conference, I mentioned that big data and predictive analytics present significant opportunities for the tourism sector. STB has since embarked on significant initiatives in this regard, and our tourism enterprises have also begun to tap on digital solutions to transform the tourism experience. As an example, Sentosa Development Corporation is enhancing its mobile app and will be introducing a new interface, My Sentosa 2.0. The app will use data analytics to provide personalized information and services. Visitors will be able to view real-time transport information for Sentosa and receive location-based notifications on attractions, events, and ongoing promotions. There will also be gamification features to increase the level of engagement and interactivity with users. These are just some examples of how we can harness data and technology to innovate, build up our capabilities, and deliver a superior travel experience to our visitors. And indeed, many other industry players are also working on this, as has been evident from my visits to many of the international players who are located in Singapore. I strongly encourage all our industry partners to think about how we can do things better with technology and be bold in trying out new and creative ideas. At the national level, our ITMs have outlined measures to enhance industry competitiveness through skills development, productivity improvement, and innovation. And these strategies are applicable to all our sectors in the tourism industry. The key now lies in the execution of these strategies so as to create good opportunities for our people and our businesses. And this will require the collective effort and coordination between government, industry stakeholders, associations, and the unions as well. I want to close by stating that the tourism industry will remain an important component of our economy, and it will allow us to create many good jobs for Singaporeans and opportunities for our businesses, riding on the growth prospects that we see in Asia and the growing interest that we see in Asia and to come to Asia. Developing quality tourism products and visitor experiences while strengthening the productivity and competitiveness of the tourism sector will ensure the vitality and sustained growth of the industry. And together, government and industry stakeholders must identify and seize new opportunities to enhance the tourism sector and co-create solutions to meet the challenges that lie ahead. This requires us to have open and productive conversations. And I believe that this conference will serve that purpose well, because it is a good platform for us to exchange ideas, share feedback, and identify opportunities or strategies for the future. I want to wish all of you a very fruitful tourism industry conference this year, and all the very best for the year ahead. Thank you.